Hi folks, welcome back to the Nancy Drew Book Lovers. It's currently 4:28 in the morning, and great news, I am no longer going to be coming home at 3 in the morning, or leaving at 3 in the morning. I am so happy. Oh, man. Um, so I'm very happy about that. So it means that I can read more Nancy Drew books. I can most likely play on my Nancy Drew, uh, you know, computer games, things like that. It is just going to be a whole lot better to not have to stay there till like 3 in the morning. Anyways, I have finished Nancy Drew with Dragons. This is Nancy Drew and the Secret of the Goblin Clock by A.J. I Renwick. Renwick. All right. So, um, for hardcore Nancy Drew fans, we all know that the 1950-ish Nancy Drew is different than the 1930-ish Nancy Drew. and and that's something that kind of agitates me as a fan of this character, because you have essentially two Nancy Drews. You have Nancy Drew, the plucky, vivacious heroine, and you have Nancy Drew, the more reserved and more, Anyways, so this is considered an unauthorized book. However, this is using the 1930-ish Nancy Drew, not the 1950-ish Nancy Drew, which is so much better. So if you guys are familiar with the first book, the 1930-ish one, you know that this book is essentially the same thing. It is about Joshua Crowley. I know I'm butchering his name. He has died. And he left a will that gives his fortune to the Tophams. Well, what ends up happening is Nancy discovers a rumor, or hears a rumor, that Joshua had another will. This is the will that basically tells, what his money's going to be and all that type of stuff. Prior to his death, he gave these items to certain people. And there's a reason behind it, and it definitely makes this story different from the original. But with the original, you can do that. So Nancy decides to try to solve the mystery of this will. Like, okay, there's a rumor that Joshua has a newer will, the will that is supposed to give money to people that he wants to give money to. So we have we have her familiar named Zipper. It's shortened for a longer name. Zipper can talk, so can Carson Drew's fully grown dragon, who is somehow highly annoyed that she seems to be going a lot of places. So the Tophams also have a dragon as well, and his name is Sylvester. And he is just as bad as his mistress. Yes, Sylvester does a couple really shady things in this book. But still, Nancy is determined to outwit the Tophams. And the Tophams are very, very determined to ensure that the will that they turned in to probate is the will that is accepted. So Nancy goes through all of these adventures that, if you took all the magic and the goblins and the ogres and the fairies and all that, you would have the same exact story. We have the same thing about she's caught by the thieves and she's stuffed into a closet, this time with Zipper, and she uses the same method to get out of that particular predicament, which is the long pole that runs along it. We have the same characters of Helen Corning and Jeff Tucker and all of these different characters. So why is this not being cited for a copyright violation? Simply because the 1930 Nancy Drew Secret of the Old Clock entered public domain. I keep on saying that. The only difference between this version and the 1930 version is that she does not mention the hidden staircase. Doesn't mention. Now, if I was using characters that enter the public domain, I would include like the hidden staircase and the bungalow mystery and all those, because I would be like, okay, I'm going to write the second book. I'm going to do that. So this has about 34 chapters, so it is longer than the original as far as chapters numbers are concerned. But the thing about this book is I loved it. I got this book last week. When I got paid, I said to myself, I'm going to get this book. In fact, I'm ordering the physical copy of this book. So I will have a physical edition of the book. And I'm going to put it right next to the first Nancy Drew book. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Zipper is absolutely amazing in this book. He has this this attitude, and he's a greedy little thing. The Tophams are as nasty as you remember them. And all in all, the pacing of this book is good. I enjoyed the pacing a lot. I enjoyed this magical world of Riverdale. And yeah, it doesn't take place in River Heights. It takes place in Riverdale. So that's the difference. The only thing I'm kind of disappointed in is the fact that she is not going to write the second book. Now, I honestly, if I did write my own version of Nancy Drew and the Secret of the Old Clock, I definitely would write more than one book. I would be like, yeah, I'm going to continue that adventure and all that type of stuff. I would definitely write maybe like one book a year, because I don't want to run into, oh my god, the next book is not off of copyright, it'll be off of copyright next year, and all that type of stuff. But all in all, that just sounds like a really interesting project to do. Anyways, absolutely loved this book. Nancy Drew is a witch in this book. There's potions and magic and elixirs and a river monster, which was unexpected. Like, oh no, she just invented that story. No, she did not. There is actual river monster in a lake. It was just a delight to read. And I'm going to keep this edition as long as Amazon allows me to have it, because I am going to be getting the physical copy of this book. So all in all, it had the same charm, the same wit, the same everything, and I am so excited that I found this book. And yeah, I'm going to be honest, there's nobody doing a review of this book at all. They're not. I'm pretty sure they don't even know it exists, so I am the first person to do a review of this book. So I gave it 5 stars. It's definitely worth it. And I will see you guys later on. Bye.